I think it will be completely different. In fact, say the year 2000. I'm thinking of the incredible breakthrough, a world in which we can be in instant contact with each other, wherever we may be.
But this is still pretty cool though, right? So by the time this video is up, I will have spent around a week or two with the new Meta Quest 3. And this was actually sent out to me for free, but I'm not being paid to tell you to buy it or not. I just really wanted to know what the world of gaming was like in the VR/AR world. If you have good vision or wear contacts like I do, the screen inside of the Meta Quest 3 is really clear, especially with to 120Hz refresh rate and 110 degrees horizontal and 96 degrees vertical FOV. Now, to be fair, I was worried about downloading too many games because this one only has like 500 and something gigabytes of storage. But for the most part, it looks like a lot of the games are optimized. It also has 8 gigabytes of DRAM, which somehow is big enough to have multiple applications without issues. And the strap on your head are really easy to adjust for your head size, but it will give you the worst hair job ever. This is my first ever VR/AR device, and even for me, a newbie, getting used to the Meta Quest 3 was super easy. You can set boundaries for yourself for VR experience by just scanning your surroundings so that you don't accidentally bump into anything while in VR. I have a relatively smaller apartment, so it's a bit limiting for me, so you'll see a lot of these blue outlines time to time in my games because it's kind of warning me that there's a wall or a table nearby so that I don't really hit it by accident. So if you're someone who wants to use the Meta Quest for working or browsing the internet, the AR mode of this device is probably where you're going to spend most of your time. So in the Meta Quest, it's called pass-through mode, and what we could do is, boom, we'll have a bunch of monitors laid out. Let's just say I want YouTube on one side. You can use both the controller or your hands to do work. Typing is a bit hard, so keep that in mind, but you can always use the touch function, so you can browse the internet like a touch screen by pressing, swiping, etc. And the quality of the screen is solid. You don't have to worry about resolution quality. In terms of the pass-through AR mode, I do spend most of my time watching YouTube. And if you're someone who just got your Meta Quest and you want to watch YouTube on here, one really good YouTube channel that you guys should watch is this guy. Don't know his name or anything, but he's very funny, he's very smart, he's very handsome, Now, if you've never had a VR experience like me, the first time jumping into it will actually freak you out. So I googled a lot of different apps that like takes me to a really crazy world, and a lot of people said Nature Trek VR is a really good one. Where's the camera? But what it is pretty much you're set in this world where you could choose where to go. You actually feel like you're in the world, and let's just say you live in California where you don't get snow like me. I can jump into this place. Okay, so no jokes, but I have really bad anxiety and I get super stressed and overwhelmed time to time. And one of my best ways to kind of like get away from that is going hiking or walking outside. But especially nowadays where I just don't have a lot of time, it's hard for me to justify doing that. And I have been using these world simulators to kind of just enjoy nature. Okay, while watching this back, I am not trying to say don't go outside. Please go outside. All I'm saying is me, personally, right now, it's kind of busy and hectic. I am not able to go outside as much as I want to, and I'm just using this as a band-aid. You know what I mean? Okay. So of course, we're gonna spend most of our time talking about VR games. And the top 3 that I've been playing personally are 11 Table Tennis, The Thrill of the Fight, and AIM XR. And this is pretty much CSGO, like reskinned. It's like a really bad version of CSGO, but for VR, it's actually really cool. And for reference, I peaked Immortal 3 on Valorant, 20,000 elo on CSGO, so I'm probably kind of nuts at this. It's not gonna die. Oh, I get it now, or I understand it now. Ah. Kobe, how? Kobe, how? So not a lot of people know this about me, but from elementary school all the way to junior year of high school, I was a competitive swimmer and also did bowling. And my parents really were sad that I quit all of those activities to get into gaming. But we could do this in VR! Now this game is called Thrill to Fight, and I got it because my buddy sent me a TikTok about it when I told him I was getting the Meta Quest 3. And it looked really fun, and the graphics by no means looked realistic. But the accuracy of the Meta Quest Touch Plus controllers need to be studied because it actually feels like I'm in the game. Okay, relax, relax, relax. Oh. Okay, old man. Now this whole section of the video is going to be around the game 11 Table Tennis. Because I'm a competitive gamer, my goal is to beat the gold level by the time I hit my 50 hours of using the Meta Quest 3. And I'm ready to grind, sweat, and dominate. I flew past both bronze and silver with my skills, obviously, but when I hit gold, it was a different story. I was getting actually frustrated, and what makes it worse is that this cat stares at you like this every time you make a mistake. Like I'm not worthy of playing against him or something. So after my 13th try and my 13th reason, I decided to watch videos on table tennis to learn more about the best way to play, again, inside of VR. And after taking a day off from playing the game, on my last day of the 50-hour experience, I finally played the gold level once again. Oh my gosh. Oh. Alright, my first 50 hours are up, and I know this isn't like my regular video when I break down the specs and tell you if it's worth buying or not. I'm actually gonna make a video about that real soon. It's gonna be coming up by the time you see this, probably like a day or two. But I wanted to make this video as someone who's never experienced the VR/AR world. I've never touched one of those glasses or anything like the Ray-Bans, nothing like that. So I really wanted to put myself in the shoes of just a day regular customer, right? And I can really say that it's really fun. Right now, the price of the Meta Quest 3 is like $499. It's on a discount, and I think that if you are gonna look for a VR/AR headset, the Meta 3 or the Meta 3S will not be a bad choice. However, one key thing that I realized is that if I was not in an apartment where, you know, I have very limited space, I would be enjoying this a lot more. So if I had a garage or a living room, a huge living room, it'd be a lot more fun, especially games like table tennis or anything like that. Having that limited space really makes me annoyed because I have to see all those blue grids. But again, those are just my personal issue because I live in an apartment. Now, is this something that will replace your PC? No, it's not, I promise you. It's just not gonna be able to outperform a gaming PC, and it doesn't have the specs needed to run the majority of the games that are out there that are available for gaming PC. But the VR and AR experience is unlike anything I've ever had an opportunity to experience. Yeah, that's a really weird way of saying it. But it is something that no matter how many videos I've watched about the VR or AR world, putting it on myself is just different. I can't even explain it with my words. Now, if you came here to watch a video about the specs and the hardware of the Meta Quest 3s themselves, just wait. I'm gonna have that video up real soon. I'm working on it right now. I already filmed it, and that'll be up. And if you guys are wanting to actually purchase one yourself and want to help me out in any way, there is gonna be an affiliate link below. And right now, Meta is doing a lot of promotions. Like you could get a $60 Quest Cash to use for accessories, apps, or games, and even like a 20% discount on Meta Quest game titles. And yes, if you're wondering, they do have a finance option of $20 a month, plus you will get a $60 Quest Cash to spend right away. It's up to you. If you're already gonna buy it, go for it. It will help me, and it's completely free for you. There's also a coupon there as well. But thank you for watching, and I'll have a Meta Quest 3 spec review this week.